Chief Roseanne Casimir of the Tekamloops to Secwepemc First Nation said in a news release Thursday that the remains were confirmed last weekend with the help of ground-penetrating radar specialists. Casimir called discovery an unthinkable loss that was spoken about but never documented by the Kamloops Indian Reservation School. Some of the children were as young as 3. They found the remains of 215 children at a residential school in Canada. 215. I need you to stop for a second and let that sink in. 215 kids were removed forcibly by the Canadian government from their families, placed into residential schools in an effort to erase their culture. And while there, 215 of these kids died under who knows what circumstances. And then they were namelessly buried without telling the families what happened to them. And not one fucking word from the Pope about this. Because this was a Catholic institution. And this institution in question was open until 1960. Which means there are people in the world today that could still be alive that were involved in the decision-making about this residential school. And I don't care if they're in their 90s. Really, I don't. If they're in their 90s and they were involved in this, I want them to die in prison. I want them to spend the last days of their life looking at the sky through bars. And I want every single person that was involved in this, every person in the school that's still alive, every person that made a decision about this that is still alive, in prison right next to them. And I want to burn the fucking Catholic Church to the ground. I want every square inch of land controlled by the Catholic Church in North America taken away from them. I want them kicked off the continent. Go the fuck back to the Vatican, you murderous bastards. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Catholic Church under normal circumstances. Every day, kind of, I despise the RCC to the very core of my being. But right now, these people, if any of them are still alive, should be really happy that I am trying to lead a non-violent life, one that follows the rule of law. Because on an emotional level, my reaction is a bit more visceral. The Catholic Church killed these children. Period. And if anybody is going to be an apologist for them, don't fucking bother. I will block you so fast you'll have whiplash. No bullshit here. These are crimes against humanity. This is an attempt at genocide. A successful one, I might add. 215 families destroyed. 215 people who never got to grow up to raise their children inside their culture. An institution built on stolen land. And I say that as someone who understands that all of America is built on stolen land. That my nation is built on one giant indigenous graveyard. But this is a private institution. This is a religious institution. Get it out of there. Make it go away. And put anyone that was involved in this who's still alive in prison. you, Catholic Church. Each and every one of you theistic bastards.